In the future, the goal is to have it on Instagram, but we're working through the kinks.
What's up, stream?
Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, Carta Gang? How we doing? What's popping? What's good, Barry? You ready for this?
Are we live?
We're live, baby.
Oh, we're live. What's up?
We're live.
Welcome to the Focus V Friday live stream. Thank God it's Friday, holiday weekend. We're going to talk about Start Engine. Sam's going to break it down, how we're doing, why we're doing it, where we're going with it. And let's get into it. Sam, why don't you update our Focus V supporters on where we're at with Start Engine through 10 days?
We got some good people in the chat right now. I see more people are joining. We got a great stream ready for you guys today. Yeah, I mean, as a Start Engine, you guys check it out. We're pretty happy right now. We're up to like 100 investors. We got 150K raised so far, so we're pretty stoked about that. And then the rest of the stream. So we're gonna go over some of that stuff with you guys, and then we got a bunch of our like extended family, basically our content creators joining. And you guys might not know this, but in like 2022, like 2.5 years ago, we really stepped up our content game. Like prior to 2022, it was just photos, and it was kind of like more about quantity than quality. Barry joined the team in 2022, and he took over the Instagram account. And that's when we really started to up our game. And, you know, we're always looking to improve, but we were at like 55,000 followers. We're over 110,000 followers now. And yeah, we got some of our favorite like content creators joining us today. We're going to ask them some questions, ask them how they got started, ask them kind of what their creative process is. Yeah, I mean, basically everyone's like a content creator these days, you know, so I think it's interesting stuff. Yeah, we got a good show.
Content creators focused in the hash community, especially today. We also got a guest appearance from a bud tender who is also one of our favorite viral content creators, Quest. We got Surface Area, who is the man behind most of the photos you see on our Instagram. You got the Curator Co., who is infamous for the Dab Man. And you got Extracts Daily, aka Mitchell, or is it Mitchell, aka Extracts Daily, who is a world traveler and documenter of the cannabis scene internationally with a focus on, what do you know, extracts. You know, and then we're going to answer some questions and talk about kind of our some of our last visual marketing campaigns, including the Crazy Dabbers video. And
why don't we show them that right now? We got that teed up.
How many of you saw the Crazy Dabbers video on Instagram?
Let us know in the chat. Did you guys see that Crazy Dabbers video? What did you guys think?
We've come a long way from torches and rigs. And I wanted to lead in with this is one of the reasons I joined Focus V on a personal level and was attracted to the opportunity to spread the message is, while I've been personally dabbed off a torch and rig plenty of times starting 12, 13 years ago.
A lot of coordination for you.
It doesn't agree with me. It's too much. I like being able to really control the temperature. I would do cold starts, but sometimes like that red hot dab is just makes your heart race a little bit. I think being able to set the temperature, you know, as at 420, which is how low I go in, which may be soft for some, really after the flavor and just a nice buzz sometimes, the efficacy is unparalleled. So with all our content creators, they use this product daily. If it's not organic and they're not fans of it and really down with it, then it doesn't make sense because they won't put their soul into the content and it will come off as inauthentic. And fortunately, we have a product that so many of you love and support, and it kind of makes the content creation seamless, simple, symbiotic, and often viral. So we have a lot of fun with it, and we're really just getting started. We just started doing these commercials, so let's pop on Crazy Dabbers.
Roll the videotape.
You seen those Crazy Dabbers? What is that? It's like a wax? They go too far. These freaks, they go too far.
These days, dabbers don't have to look crazy. We're just choosing the most effective and delicious way to consume cannabis with focused feed.
So yeah, the inspiration for this
how products
was the
like
Twilight Zone originally.
Carta 2
Probably one of the best
Eris,
TV shows of our generation back in the day.
help you dab smart.
You know, Rod
Proper
Sterling with the
dabs are
pageant
the
intro.
cannabis equivalent to sipping a
That's
fine
this part.
wine or a glass of whiskey. The evolution
The
of
other-
ways to consume cannabis concentrates has come a long
Comments
way.
are shy to be funny. The other inspiration was obviously
I'm a
the Brady
dentist.
Bunch, which is
I'm a
that
preacher.
you're seeing right
I'm a
now.
DJ.
I'm a grandma.
How many of you
a
remember the
lawyer.
Brady Bunch?
I'm an engineer.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a dad.
And I dab
smarter
with
focused
There's no Brady Bunch fans.
Interested in investing.
Anyway, it came
Head to
together pretty nice. The
focustheinvestors.com.
point is obviously to show that
Information.
dabbing has become normalized in many ways. You know, if it weren't for e-rigs, really it started with vaporizers. You know, I remember
Wax pens.
wax pens, a G pen. Shout out to G pen, the first time I ever smoked out of a wax pen, and you know, it's evolved into this, and it definitely hasn't made the torch and rig obsolete at all. I think all the people that used to use a torch and rig still, you know, like a couple of our guests, like Mitchell, still do it. But for those people scared of torches and hot nails and all that, which, you know, think about some demographics, you know, this video, you know, shows like it's not that scary anymore, you know? So as does all our content, hopefully.
The actor did a good job.
Yeah, shout out to Luke. We filmed it on set in LA in a day. And
Was he dabbing? Like,
he was dabbing, and quite frankly, he was gonna dab off a torch and nail, but he declined after his 7th dab off the Eris or Carta.
that's one of those tricky parts about shooting these videos is like after a couple dabs, your acting starts to get impacted.
Yep. You want to pop a dab on? What do you want to do? What are you smoking on right now, Sam?
Let's see.
I got some full mount. We're gonna hit that. Little 710 Labs. Peanut butter breath.
I got some Cactus Cooler. I got some Ruby Violet, and I got some more Ruby Violet.
So some people say it's not a good idea to put full melt in these devices. I think those people are wrong.
Well, you just want to keep your temp low.
Yeah, I'm
Give
gonna
it a good
go
clean.
in at a smooth 415 today.
Uh-oh, we got Alex in the chat. What's up, Mr. Hashtag? What are you doing this weekend? You on the boat? Harpooning some fish? Tinkering in the lab?
We'll get clouds and coughs. So Sam, what's up with this teal Saber?
What's up with it? Yeah.
You have until Tuesday at noon Eastern time or 9 Pacific time to get a teal Saber through the Start engine. That is the first time sensitive perk. Chance to get it, you might. Who knows? But if you want to be the first to get it, there's only one way to get it. How's that, Sam?
It's fire. Yeah. What's the last Saber color that we dropped? It was Bordeaux.
Bordeaux Saber. I got the clear one right here, which is my personal fave.
You love everything clear.
Clear is on point.
What about the clear Eris? What do you know about the clear Eris?
You got the clear Eris on you. Why don't you show it off?
I might. But yeah, guys, we got this teal Saber. It's available. It's happening. Till next Tuesday. Get involved. We got our first guest. Who's our first guest? We had to change it up a little bit, right?
We got Marvin coming on. I think he's ready. He looks ready to go. Let's stick to the script. Let's pop Marvin on. Let's get into it. Surface area 999. We met Marvin organically through our friend Cody, Comfortably High, kind of made the introduction. We had seen and started to notice his work around 2.5 years ago. And it just really stood out as different, bold, creative, unique, special. And we sent Marvin a Carta 2, and to this day, he did one of my favorite videos. He did a hyperlapse highlighting the Carta 2, and we were like, yo, this is crazy. Like, let's work, you know? So that's how simple as it was. And since then, it's been pretty fluid. You know, we have products. We need content to release them. Me and Marvin work on some ideas with the team, and hopefully there's only 1 or 2 rounds of edits. But Marvin, how do you feel about the content? And sometimes there's more edits. Marvin, you there? Is Marvin in?
Marvin's in.
Marvin's in there like swimwear.
Marvin's in there. Yeah, no, I really enjoy the focus. I like making content. It was just kind of fate that it had happened the way it happened. The moment that you had hit me up, I had just went through like 2 or 3 puff.
Keep going. You were going through 2 or 3 something else's, and they weren't working for you. So you were happy.
I was trying to get a hold of the Puffco support team to replace 2 of my Puffcos that went bad, and then you had hit me up about Focus, and I had never seen them before at that point in time, and you had sent me one, and I have been using it ever since. So
you still have that original unit, and does it work?
The original, it was a beta version of the newer Carta, I think. So it's somewhere on my shelf.
I have no idea where my beta version is. Sam, do you have yours in like a mausoleum? Like bulletproof glass somewhere?
Sam's mic off?
Is Sam miming, or is his microphone?
Oh, can you not hear me? Now can you hear me?
I thought you were doing silence there for a second.
Nah, the beta had that different silicone top. That's how you can tell.
Yeah. I think I have.
Sam, what's your favorite video or content piece that Marvin's done?
Let's see. I mean, the Max one he just shot was pretty good. There's been a lot of good ones. Eris was really good too.
Yeah, the cool thing we do is we have a 3D graphics team. Shout out to Adam, and blending his footage with Marvin's really creates a unique format and aesthetic that I think is special to Focus.
Yeah, Adam does great work. I love all the 3D stuff that Adam does. Really cool.
3D blows my mind. I just still don't fully understand how it's done.
Most all the car commercials nowadays are all 3D. Those are all 3D cars. None of them are real anymore.
Yeah.
They can make cars look so realistic nowadays.
He actually does car work too.
Yeah.
It's like his other.
I think my favorite video was the Colorways one that we've ever put out. We modeled it after the Mac commercial, and Marvin shot all 4 colorways at one time. Adam did like a 3D with them all flying through the air. And you just can't do that with the units. Obviously, the units don't fly through the air. Obviously, the atomizer doesn't come off a helicopter onto a device. But we're talking about getting high off concentrates and hash, and the suspension of disbelief and just telling stories through cool visuals. So I think with 3D, like, not everything has to make sense is why you use it. Sometimes we're just trying to give you guys cool things to see and ways to, express the feeling and connotation that comes with being high on dabs, hash.
Marvin, how often do you have to, like, how many shoots would you say on average if you're like putting together a reel? Like how many takes does it take?
Usually we have some sort of plan. Usually everything's thought out methodically in my head or planned between me and Barry before the shoots actually happen. I try to do that so I minimize the amount of times I actually have to shoot things. I don't want to have to shoot things over and over and over and over. I like to just one and done and keep things rolling. So I usually only shoot things once and twice if Barry doesn't like how it looks.
Well, it always looks good. Sometimes it just can look better, you know?
Exactly. Obviously, it can always look better, but, you know, sometimes Barry has a vision in his head that's a little different from mine, but we're normally on the same page about things, so I generally shoot things once.
Yeah, sometimes you got to see it too before, like, you know what you want to change, you know?
I'll sit here just aimlessly just staring getting ready to shoot something before every time like I'm setting something up, I start to set it up and then I just sit there and stare and look and see it, and I'm actually looking at it in my head, you know what I mean? So that's how my planning usually goes.
One of the things about your, like, working with you too is like you get distribution too for us, you know, like it's not just like content creation, it's also like the getting eyeballs on it.
Yeah, no, I was talking to my buddy about that the other day. He was asking me what type of value that I bring besides, you know, obviously doing really good photo and video work. You know, I told him with my network of followers that I have now, you know, I'm actually able to help company, you know, make sales and sell things, you know what I mean? And a lot of people watching what we use and, you know, going off recommendations that we suggest for using products that we promote. I was surprised that the amount of people that we were able to get to, you know, traffic and go and buy products that we were trying to promote. So it's a really good asset to have, you know, working with other big clients and other big companies that promote the same as I do. It really helps build my network. You know, I have over, I think, 5 million followers that I'm able to access and post with and work with. So
yeah, shout out to Weed Humor, Chris and Cody, Comfortably High.
Yeah, Weed Humor.
You work with us a lot on content and get us a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah.
You growing any plants right now?
Not where I live now. I live pretty suburban now. I used to have a little bit of property on the water where I used to live, and I was growing there, but not anymore. My neighbors are too close.
When did you pick up a camera for the first time on a personal level?
Around, I think, like 2013, 2014.
What was like the video that like put you on, and like how did you evolve over that time from till now?
I started doing vape photography, which is ironic. I used to just promote vaping products and stuff like that for China companies and make, you know, pennies for content that I was creating. And then 502 went through in Washington and weed became legal. And I went out and I bought a jar of lifted flower and their rosin, or not the rosin, but their diamonds. And I took some photos of them. And then I made this half nug, half diamond shot. And that was like really, it got posted by High Times. And that was like my fourth post I'd ever made on Instagram. And I was like, oh, okay, like this is for me. Like this is where I belong. And that's kind of where we started. And now we're here.
Now we're here.
Those vape brands, like there's like a new one every month.
Oh God, yeah. That's what it was. I wasn't as savvy about promoting and making money back then. I had a job, so I was managing a vape shop, and I was like, well, if I can take cool photos and get all of these companies to sponsor me, that's what I was doing. I was getting free juice, free mods, free everything, and working a 9 to 5. And then eventually one day I was like, I'm just going to quit my job and see if this photography thing pans out. And it did.
So you taught yourself everything you do, pretty much.
Oh yeah, no, I've never done a minute of schooling or anything for anything that has to do with photography or videography or anything like that. I've learned from others, Nick, Zoom Gardens, Vape Picks, Phil. I've learned from a lot of other guys that are really great photographers in the industry, and vice versa. I've taught a lot of really good photographers things and stuff like that. So we all just kind of bounce off of each other and kind of.
Yeah. With the video stuff, I feel like you're really committed to it. And that's been the thing that really sets you apart.
Well, I mean, when I first started, like 3, 4, or so, like 7 years back, no one wanted video. Everyone wanted photos. They just wanted cool macros of their plants and plant shots and dab shots.
It's really what it was. It really was. It was all macros.
And then boom, everyone wanted video for reels. It was just like that. Everyone had to become a videographer. So it was a quick, hard transition for me, but I think it was the best thing to do. Was
a lot of people didn't make that jump too.
And I know there's a lot of photographers just stuck in that photography realm, thinking that that's gonna like elevate them, and unfortunately, not in 2024. You cannot elevate unless you're just creating the most craziest outlandish photo,
top of the top, yeah.
I'm saying, and you're causing like a stir and like making people talk and stuff like that. Like it's hard, but video.
I think some of my favorite photos that you've taken for us were the Eris ones outside, because a lot of your work is studio, and some of the outdoor photos you took are good. And I'd love to see you get outside more, maybe one day.
I was really surprised at how well those did, actually, for just kind of like having. That was just kind of like let's take a walk and, get some good shots. There was nothing really planned about that shoot either. But yeah, I was surprised.
The contrast of like the Eris, like a clean device, like sitting with like these beautiful trees.
Yes. And it was a carousel. So it kind of like, you understood like, okay, they're outside, waterfall, like in his hand, like everything just kind of felt pleasing to look at. So it was good.
What Marvin, so you have a lot of car tattoos. I don't know, how many do you think you have right now at your house?
7 or 8.
That's it?
I would have thought you had more than that too. Probably have gifted some. There's probably been.
Yeah, so my dad has one, my uncle has one, my sister has one. You know what I mean? So, but I have all of these here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How often do you clean them?
I try to keep them sitting up here, not used. So when I need to photograph them.
Oh, so these are the clean ones for content.
Yeah, these are the clean ones for content, and that's usually all of anything that has to do with devices or anything like that in my studio. It really bugs my girlfriend because she'll come down here and like want to use everything, and like, no, don't use it.
Don't do it.
So I encourage anyone that wants to work. Whenever you send me something, send me 2 of everything. So.
What how many dabs a day do you think on average you take?
Roughly like 30.
And how many are off the Carta?
Like 20.
So 20 dabs a day times, I don't know, 2 years conservatively.
Where's your dab counter at?
That's just me.
What's your collective? Have you connected to the app on all your devices?
Plus,
they should be. They should be. Yeah. Let's see. It says on the app, correct?
You got it. Yeah. If you've connected.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
And you can check now actually without your device connected.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've connected all of them for the videos that I've made.
Yeah. The screensaver is great. One of my favorite videos is when we put the Yoshi Mario video over the screensaver. You know, people want like the GIF and the video one. Sam, are we gonna do a video?
GIF's in the works. It is. We got some time though.
Technology's crazy.
So what do I look at? All time?
We'll go to all time.
1,214.
1,214. That's your number ranking.
That's
That's pretty good. How many points?
4,800 rookie numbers. It looks like.
4,800. I bet you haven't connected all your devices. You have to so you every time you connect it, it'll download your points. They're like stored on the device until you connect. So even if you connect once, you got to like connect again every time to download your XP.
Okay.
You got to get all those points in there.
Is it ever going to be an app?
Like an Apple app?
Yeah, like a downloadable app.
Like a native one? They don't allow them. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
This was like our workaround.
Right.
It's like the browser. I would think at some
Marvin,
point.
why don't you load up some rosin in your Carta 2 and hit a rip and get into your Friday? What do you have planned?
I just got my car running, so I'm gonna go for a drive with the girls and go get some dinner and just hang out.
What are you gonna smoke? Some purple or you got something else?
This is ice cream cake from Golden Grams.
Nice.
Do those guys grow, or are they?
Yeah, they're single source. They grow and process, so they do it all there. They do
And
amazing.
they grow outdoor.
No, they grow indoor.
Oh,
We're
they
here,
grow indoor.
we're here in Washington.
You can't really see the device. Is that a Bordeaux? What do you got there? A clear? Suspense is killing.
He's got the Nest top.
Oh, the classic. Ooh, the OG. The widescreen makes it tough to get the full frame of a dab, but you're getting ingenuitive with your filmmaking.
Well, everything's backwards too. Left is right, right is left.
Up is down, down is up.
Woo. Dear Lord.
Thank you for joining us. Anything we didn't talk about that you want to let people know, or any feelings on the Max? How helped you level up?
Max is amazing. I love the Max, by the way. Now, obviously, everybody was waiting for a coil that could deliver, clouds that are at least comparable in a sense to taking a dab off of the rig. So when this came out, it was just it makes using this a lot better and a lot more enjoyable, because I feel like the only place you could really get high with a device before you really had the new coil was when you're out and about. And I don't know if it was like a psychological thing, but I felt like whenever I was out and about, I'd smoke like the old regular coil, and I'd get relatively stoned when I needed to. But if I was at home and I was doing something and I ripped the regular coil, the old coil, I didn't feel like I was ever getting stoned at home for some reason. So I would go and hit my rig or something like that, and I get fucking lit, But now that I have this, I find that I hit this a lot more at home, because obviously it's more convenient and it's easier.
It's so much easier to clean.
Exactly. Like, yes. So and the fact that it's deeper, you save a lot more inside the coil, which is what I've been saying since day one. Which is, I'm so glad they obviously addressed that. And the moment I saw it, all the Puffco coil, the old coil, I immediately, I'm like, dude, they need to make these deeper, like way deeper. So
once the control tower came out, once Highly Educated came out with the control tower, that was when like we started talking about it, and we're like, all right, like this just makes sense. Like, like more surface area, like it'll help with reclaim.
Yes, and reclaim I feel like was like the biggest issue with like, these devices, is how much it loses and gets collected underneath the glass. So, but yeah, totally love it now. Use it definitely a lot more than I used to with the old coil, just because.
definitely got to get this going on Instagram for your followers and blow this up in the future. What is your favorite nicotine vape flavor? It's one of our followers wanted to know.
My favorite is caramel, like a caramel custard or something. But I'm vaping banana custard.
Caramel custard.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a sweet one.
I'm one of them Saber guys. I don't like cigarettes anymore so much. So I love the taste of donuts, I guess.
What brand is that?
This one it's Mucho Juice Box.
Nice. Oh, it looks like a juice.
Get
box.
off that shit.
No, it keeps me from smoking cigarettes and my sanity. So I'm gonna keep them.
They hurt very much. Well, have a good dinner. Have a good day. Marvin's going to be creating some content for the Owner's Edition colorways and the Teal Saber. So look out for that in the coming weeks.
Yes.
You know, definitely stoked to show you guys the actual units, which are coming in soon. And Sam, why don't you talk about the boxes
Please, Marvin.
and the Owner's
Good to see
Edition
you, bro.
before our next session? Real quick. We talked about the teal earlier. Why don't you talk about the colorways in the Owner Edition?
We got them up. Yeah, so there's some stuff. I think there's like some little details that maybe not everybody knows about the Owner's Editions, but aside from being a unique colorway, the boot up screen is different. So like the normal boot up screen, it's the Focus V logo and then Carta. These have the Owner's Edition as part of the boot up screen. So that's the first time we've ever done that, is like a custom boot up. The atomizer is also anodized gold. So underneath the silicone sleeve, the outside of that atomizer is anodized gold, which looks really cool. Just nice subtle touch, and that's on both. That's on the Carta 2 and the Aris. What else? We serialized them, so each one is like one of however many we make. And we also did a custom bag. So we did like our Carta 2 bag, but we kind of tricked it out. It's all leather. It's got a leather strap. It's got a gold plate on the front of it. The thing is really premium, and this is it. This is like the only way to get one, and the only time we're gonna sell these is like over the next, like through this. Like you have to be an owner. Like you have to own some of the company to rock one of these. I'm not like giving them to anybody like without that. So like Barry, like if you want one, like you're gonna have to pay for one. You're gonna have to invest. Like that's what it is. Like you got to actually be an owner to have one. So yeah, that's
well, I believe in the investment, you know that. So no problems there. I think without further ado, let's introduce our next guest, who's been traveling the world. He's a world traveler. He's a former basketball player. I think he's his height gives him a home advantage in his photography. He can get some shots that shorter people can't get, and he along with his video work, he takes some incredible photos of non-cannabis products. Let's hear from Mitchell, aka Extracts Daily.
Hi. And we'll see how long my camera works here. But I'm here.
It looks like it froze on a good spot. You're gonna be waving to everybody.
Oh, sick. There we go. All right. Well, hey, is my audio working at least? Because we'll make it through this.
This is great.
We can hear you.
Is really bringing the room together
right
now. So love
your chair.
Now your screen's back on.
Is that your bed or what is that?
Oh, that's the lounge chair for when the back hurts after all the editing.
Do you take naps there?
I've been known to take a nap there, but I honestly have a bad back, so sometimes I'll actually flip the monitor to the other side. And if I'm laying down, I can put the monitor over me and I can keep working.
You can do one of those
So
fully reclined. I've
me,
never
baby.
rocked one of
Keep
those.
making content.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Mitchell, you're in Denver, Colorado, and you're from Minnesota. Why don't you tell us how you got your start in the cannabis content game?
All right. Honestly, I've been doing photography since I was 16, so 17 years or so. But I used to take photos of weed when in my early 20s, stuff like that. But I put the camera down for a little while, and when I came back into it, I decided I wanted to focus more on the making cannabis look as elegant and like as classy as I can be. So a lot of it started when I met Nick T, and then I had talked to him, I think like for, a few weeks or something. We hung out once, and then I asked him if he had anybody to shoot. He had, and so he didn't have anybody, so I started shooting some stuff for him, and then it just kind of took off from there. And part of it too is I just also started because I wanted to document my own growing and my own making hash and everything myself. So it just kind of turned from that into people seeing what I posted. They just, I don't know, they wanted some content of themselves from me. So I just kind of decided to make a business of it and keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you don't ever try to grow weed or come into contact with it, which I've tried, and I've succeeded and I failed, really just had people growing it in my house, and I kind of like trimmed a little and like fed a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's the best way to get to know your subject is always to actually do it,
Yeah, 1,000%. It changes everything.
So
when did you start? When did you start making hash?
I started making flower rosin probably 2018 or so. And then I want to say about 2 years later, I started meeting more hash makers who were making ice water hash, and then it kind of led me into that realm. I'm still more of a grower than I am a hash maker, but I do still like to make my own.
How far did you get with the quality of your flower rosin? Did you start to get it like dialed in?
It was pretty damn decent. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was able to dab it. I was pretty happy with what I had, but then when I tried hash rosin for the first time, I was like, oh, okay. It's a different league. It's not the same. Yeah, exactly. So it just changed everything for me, and then from that day on, it just kind of opened my eyes to quality, and I've become, I don't want to say a snob, but I'm very particular with what I dab and
well, you dab a lot of it.
A lot of Colorado's indoor, right? Most of it.
Colorado has,
a lot of it's indoor. I still personally grow outdoor as well, though. I like sun grown terps. I think there's something about it that just can't be matched with indoor, even though I still love indoors.
It's hard to recreate the natural conditions.
Well, that's your specialty at Rosin Tech.
Yeah. Yeah, everything.
Yeah,
everything we do, everything we run is outdoor or greenhouse. There's not much indoor rosin coming out of California.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why waste the real estate?
Yeah.
So Mitch, when was the first time you saw the Carta 2? Did you see the OG or those Carta 2 your introduction into Focus Vape?
I didn't have one of the OGs, but I was familiar with the OG. Like I had used it before. But I was never really a huge fan of e-rigs. I was always a fortune banger kind of guy. But I will say, because the first Carta 2 that I tried was Nick T had given me, I think it's after he got the newer one, he gave me a beta version. So I was using the beta for a little while, and it
nice. That's
it changed my opinion on e-rigs, to be honest. And like it really opened me up to doing, being able to do a lot more work. I don't have to stop, take a dab, with the whole ritual, even though I love the ritual of cleaning my finger, doing all that stuff, it does take away from work sometimes. So, it's nice to be able to have this as a quick stop, take a dab, still get a good sized dab, and then.
That beta group was a lot of fun because it was like the first time anyone was using the Carta 2, and like everyone was just so stoked.
I'm gonna take another dab.
I loved it.
Mitchell, how many dabs a day do you take?
It kind of depends. If I have a lot of work to do, not quite as many. I'll usually see if I can get my camera working again. I do like probably 5 to 10. It depends. However, most of the time when I'm taking a dab, it's going to be like 0.3 or 0.4. I like them hot, so I'll dab a little less, but a little bigger throughout the day.
Yeah, you're actually really trying to get high over there. I appreciate that.
Oh, I like that first 15 seconds of not knowing if you're going to survive or not. That's my favorite feeling. And then being overwhelmed with cannabinoids and then flooding that into some work or something.
That's a real technical description of having a panic attack in my world. But yeah, it's nice. Everyone, I'm at 415 over here. Low temp Larry.
What temp are you at, Mitchell? How hot are you?
I'm hitting 560 for 45 seconds.
You can go up to 2 minutes now on a.
Oh, I know. I know. I've played around a little bit.
You've updated your firmware?
Yeah. Just went through everything after Barry stopped by the first time a couple months ago, and then I've been updated since then.
Nice.
Why don't you heat one up while we got your camera?
I'm going now. I think now that my camera's working, I'm going to try and rip this quick one while we've got some visual.
So,
all right, let's see these clouds. 560. So
560.
All right.
Mitchell's work in Morocco earlier this year. Some still photographies were amazing. His concentrate work in Colorado, photos and videos is great. Ooh, how was that? He's still going. Let him focus.
It was good, but I got to keep going. I want more of it.
So Mitchell's working on a cool Max video right now that, if you go to his studio, which he shares with our friend Borovision, we got a lot of hash, a lot of different hash at all times because Colorado's kind of the hash capital of the world, in my opinion. You got a lot of small batch producers, both on the regulated market and the gray area market. So there's a beacon of hash. There's few places with the genetics and indoor like that.
Borovision's been doing it for a minute, right?
Yeah, Borovision's been around for 8-10 years
with all the
glass photos.
Yeah, all the high-end glass photos. And he used to do sick backgrounds for all of them. They were all unique backdrops.
Yeah, he's taught me a lot. He taught me how to do glass photography, and now, of course, my glass photography looks similar to his because of that influence. But I mean, it's kind of the same with my videos. Marvin,
it look so much to have that background and contrast.
Yeah, I agree. And it's the same with video, where Marvin was one of my biggest influences, and so I took a lot of what he was doing, but wanted to put my own touch on it, obviously, because you don't want to just copy somebody. But he was the best person that I saw doing this out of anybody. So it just kind of opened my eyes to what the possibilities were for this. You can
the evolution.
You can elevate these products to look more than just some weed smoking apparatus. You can open it up so much more, and I think it also engages a different audience that isn't necessarily interested in dabbing because they're used to the blowtorch, they're used to seeing more serious stuff, and then they see an elegant video that showcases an easy to use device that will let them take a dab. Like, I don't know. I think that changes a lot of things. So that was one of the things that I just tried to concentrate.
There's
I
a
like
lot
that
that
Max.
goes into shooting pictures of high-end glass.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It all ties together. To be honest.
We need to get you a heady top. We appreciate you coming in and helping us out with some stuff. And the video you did for the Max was dope. Kind of very organic, just kind of like showing you getting into your zone, so to speak. And I'm stoked on this upcoming Max piece. But we should get you a top and Scott to play with. And we're actually dropping some Blitzkriegas. Don't worry, Marvin. You'll get one too.
Heck yeah, I'm always down to
The Blitzkriegas are dope. Alex just took some great photos of them, so look out for those in the near future. And
Good to see you, bro.
I know I'm stoked to do some content with you in Spain next year and capture Europe and keep working.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a hell of a trip, especially with all the different devices we have. We're going to be able to make a hell of a lot of content.
Have you been to Spanibus before?
Yeah, this last year was my first time. It was a life-changing trip, so I'm ready for next year.
It's the best.
It is life-changing.
Yeah,
the culture
truly.
is so much more vibrant out there, and you're getting a melting pot because it's not just Spanish people. You're just you're interacting with the whole world, really. Europe. There's just different dialects and different things going on.
Yeah, I totally agree. It opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for coming in. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll run it back again.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
I think I'm perfectly on schedule, or am I too quick?
I think we're cruising. We're on track here. Next up,
I think we're on track. I'm losing track of time after a second dab here. Our next guest has made some of the most organic viral content, and really was introduced to us by our friend Edgar, and his name is Quest at Canna Quest Vibes, and I think he's also a veteran and is around the industry in the tri-state New York area. Correct me if I'm wrong, but introduce yourself and what's good. Happy to have you here. Thank you. You're muted.
Your mic's muted.
Boom. What's up, y'all?
What's up, bro?
Thanks for having me on. Happy to be here with y'all. I manage a dispensary in the DMV. So I get to, teach people how to dab on a daily, and I'm blessed to be able to get people to like skip the whole, nectar collector stage and like hot metal pieces and all that kind of situation. I still see people hitting hot knives, like, I see a lot of crazy stuff. Start making content.
Are you in New Jersey?
No, DMV.
Oh, DMV?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. Gotcha. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, Maryland specifically, but yeah, DC, Maryland, Virginia. They're all so close. I can, put my foot in one.
I never heard that acronym, DMV.
Really? That's what we go by. That's what we tell everybody.
Of course, everyone knows DMV, and I should know that you're there because I sent stuff to your address. But you're in New York. You're in New York a lot, so I think I got confused. You go to
I try to stay mobile.
So you're in Maryland. How many dispensaries are in Maryland?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
What's
how's the quality?
Is it medical or rec?
Yeah. So it was medical for quite some time back in back last July, not the July 2023. We went recreational as well. And then I want to say back in June, we just allowed everyone to start getting concentrates.
They did they did a no concentrate thing to start.
Yeah. They're very restrictive on what recreational people can get. Luckily, I'm a medical patient, so I've been getting everything.
The laws between medical and recreational in every state are so wacky.
Yeah, I mean the people who make the laws here do not smoke weed. The people who enforce them are ex-cops. you know, it's no, they're really out of touch.
A lot of people smoke
Yeah.
weed in Maryland, though. So what else?
People smoke weed everywhere.
I went to college my first year in Maryland. I went to College Park. So like my experience in Maryland, I was smoking a lot of weed.
Oh wow, yeah.
You
No,
know,
Maryland has some
Maryland and DC
Maryland
has
some good
a
stuff.
crazy.
We don't have good rosin yet. We're working on it. We just got we have like Beazle is one we have out here. I think they're
Beazle's out
from
there.
California.
Yeah, Beazle's from.
But
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, but we have them here now, and they're pretty much running the rosin game right now. We have Eden. Their price point's kind of crazy, but they have some pretty good quality stuff as far as other types of hash, like Temple Balls and things like that. And now different brands are dabbling in it because they see that people want it.
There's a lot of BHO.
So I'm looking at y'all.
There's definitely BHO in Maryland.
Yeah, there's a lot of BHO. There's a lot of BHO, but it's not bad. Some of it has a lot more than other, and you can clearly see it. I wish I had some to show you, but because it gets really bad. Oh, actually, here, I'll show you some. I won't name the producer, but look.
It doesn't look that bad. It's got a decent color at least. Some sugar.
Oh no, if my light didn't fix this, it's orange. This is bright orange.
That's weird. At least there's hopefully no fake terps in it. There's nothing worse than that. I don't know who would ever do that.
Yeah,
definitely nobody I know. So one of your favorite content pieces and one of the most viral, I think you got at least 1 million or maybe a couple million views on your own page organically. Your stuff pops off sometimes, often. Is you at a party and you're kind of walking past like a buffet, and you go to the water and you fill your Carta with the fountain of water.
Yeah.
And was that like a real party where you were at? That was obviously was a real party you were at. And did you do it on the spot, or did you have that plan before the party?
So I didn't have that planned at all. So that was at the Maryland Leaf Cannabis Party, which is a huge party. There's usually about 1,000 people there, maybe 1,500 people there. And we all just get into this mansion and hang out. Me and my friends have this table where we all, we just take dabs. There's not a lot of tables, so we're, lucky to get one. But I was like, I need water for my Carta. And I was like, wait, record this. And I just gave my friend the camera and I walked up and I was just, and I just did it.
Those are the best sometimes, the unplanned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the best content comes out of nowhere, I find.
It always is the best when you just, it clicks, Otherwise, you got to stage it and make it look like it's organic, even though it's not.
Like the Dunkin' Donuts one.
Yeah, the Dunkin' Donuts one was definitely not staged.
Shout out Ruben.
Yeah.
Rubino. You in here, Rubino?
He's 21. He's definitely on the team.
The guy that was at the window, he was just the man.
Perfect.
So
yeah, I mean, I think my favorite piece of content that I've made was in DC, and none of it was planned at all. I just kept walking up on my friend at very awkward points in time.
Which was that? That's a different video.
Yeah, it's a completely different video. Some of my favorite videos that I've made have actually been for Carta in general.
Was that a Carta
it's
video?
Actually a whole different style of videos than I usually would do.
Was that a Carta video? The one going up to your friend? I don't remember that one. Maybe I'm high.
No, so think if the ones I did with Edgar and all the rest of the guys.
I like the dancing ones.
Just all the random ones that we did, because I think when we were together that week, I did a total of 4 or 5 different Carta videos. There
was one where you guys were all coming out of your bedroom or something, and you were like, "Yo, is it that time? Is it that time?"
Yup, Dab 30, Dab 31,
yeah, Dab 30.
We had one where
the Power Rangers one.
We had the one where our Brian was actually feeling under the weather. So I just told everyone to get around him and act like he was, we were taking care of him, and we're feeding him dabs. And, just random things like that, where we kind of just took what was organically happening and just made it into something, better. But the reason I like those content pieces more is because it went from me like having to script and make a skit, and was like, how can I put so many thoughts and words and feelings and emotions in one video without saying anything?
Just with the actions.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, you're great on camera, and your personality, obviously resonates with people. So it's always good vibes with you, and we appreciate the organic content from you, and obviously your homies Edgar and Brian. I'm forgetting one other person who was on
Izzy.
that. Izzy, yeah. Brian's done some great stuff for us. We need to reconnect with him, but it's awesome to see you guys just take it and run with it.
Yeah. I'm like, when I like a product, I kind of just make, I have no problem like showing people it, because a lot of people, whether you're trying to promote a product or not, they see what you're using, and they're going to try to, use whatever you're using if, they want to smoke like you. So I'd rather use something that I actually enjoy using, so that when people come up to me in my dispenser and they're like, hey, I saw you using that. Is that something I should actually buy? I don't, this is what I'm going to get with my paycheck. Because, they're going paycheck to paycheck or whatever. And I'm like, that's what you should get. I'm glad you saw me.
Yeah, and it's cost effective, and we run sales a lot. People often hit us up. We don't have an affiliate program right now, but there's some rumors we might restart one, and would love to have you help us promote that in the near future.
Of course.
What's your dab counter at? How many dabs do you think you've taken out of your devices?
Well, remember, this is my new device, so this one's up to like 53. My other one, I was up to like 4 something before I had a mishap with my kitten. Sorry.
Hate when that happens.
It happens.
Mishap.
I will say that because I take it to just about every single event. I take it to my filming sessions on Sunday when I film my podcast, and that's where it really gets the wear and tear. Right when I'm filming my podcast or streaming on Twitch, it gets crazy. So, especially since I try to convert everybody I know to like, hey, you like that piece more? Try this.
I'm gonna try to share that video if I can find it real quick. What are you up to for the holiday weekend? Any plans? Any industry events? What do you got going on?
Nothing. I'm pretty booked as far as my podcast goes. We have a couple cool guests we're coming, so we're planning the episodes, getting prepared for future episodes. I'm just trying to catch up on Twitch. I'm off for the weekend. That's the important part. I worked all week. I just read up on a bunch of different hash rosins from DC. I got some stuff from the Maryland market as well. I did go to a rosin tasting this week, so that was fun.
Did you bring the Carta?
I did bring the Carta. I made a whole video about it.
Did you post it already? And we're just like space cadets.
I have not posted it yet, but it was really funny because I was with my friend Rod. He runs Stash Rio or Stash Products.
I just saw him a week ago at Emerald Cup.
Yep, it was the rosin tasting was actually at his warehouse.
Nice.
So it was really cool, and I always get him to hit it, and I love that he actually likes it because he doesn't like a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, he's very picky. He's got taste, personal preferences. Rod's the man.
My guy.
Yeah, that's
my guy.
Yeah, he's great. He makes great products. He designs great products.
Shout out to Rod.
Yeah, he's
Stash Rio. It's a good one.
Call him the Stoner Willy Wonka.
Mm-hmm. With the stash and the glasses.
I'm trying to find this video, but have you seen the owner's edition colorways? What do you think of those? The teal Saber? What do you think of the colors?
They look. I need the Saber color. I need that Saber color that you showed.
The teal one?
I need the teal one.
What do you think, Sam? Are we going to give any influencers the teal ones?
Nah, dude. We gotta stick to the program.
I'll sign a contract. They get a signing bonus. I don't know.
I'm trying to find the video and share it.
100 videos.
I don't know. Maybe
That's a deal. That's a good deal.
You think the teal Saber will ever be available again, Sam?
Teal might be. Yeah, it's the owner's edition. That's a exclusive thing to the Start engine, but the teal might be. Just don't know when.
That gold, and
Might be
that
a
was a
while.
gold right on my screen, making sure my screen was putting the colors out right. That was gold.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could do a gold. I might need a gold too.
The gold's sick. The
The
owner's
gold's
edition
clean.
is.
The gold is clean.
I mean, a lot of people should just keep it in the box and just keep it fresh, like never
Yeah, why
open
would you
it,
smoke that?
and keep it as memorabilia.
You already have, you probably already have one. Just use this,
Doing a
and then
screen
that can be your
share now.
conversation
This is
piece.
a good one. Here we go. I can't.
Yeah, it's not set up. You got to have like the right.
I was trying to do a screen share, and I'm watching you and your boys like gyrating and dance while you guys all do ropes.
Yeah, that was the other one I was thinking of.
That's a good one too. Yeah, we got. I think we got to like figure out a way to get you guys in the same room again, and maybe do like a content house at during when an event is or something. Because looking back, that was some of the best content anyone's ever created for us, you guys. So, we appreciate you guys doing that, and are here. We're in this for the long haul, and I think with some of the bigger productions we did, we want to start utilizing our homies that have reach and creative ideas and do the high production stuff with people like you and Edgar and all sorts of creators.
Yeah, absolutely. I know they would be down for it. We're always trying to get together to make more content. So, hey, I found you guys. I like to say that. I found you guys. You guys didn't find me.
Edgar found you. I don't know how you two found each other, but that must have been quite a fun trip because he's great.
Yeah, we all met together randomly in a house in Washington.
That was the first time you met? Was at the house?
Yeah, so we all Brian lives in Washington. So he pulled up, he was waiting at the airport, and we all one by one pulled up and just got in the car and took giant dabs and then introduced ourselves.
Nice.
Sounds about right. Well, it was a true pleasure to have you. Let's stay in touch. We just got you the max. I know you're going to create some cool content with that. Have a great Labor Day weekend. And let's try to bring on our next guest. I'm going to shoot.
Good to see you, Quest.
Thanks for having me.
What'd you say, Don? No, we're going to bring on another guest. Before that, Sam, is there anything you want to show people that they might want to see?
What's on the screen? What do we got? What are we looking at? Air is clear. Is it up?
What are we looking at, Sam? What are we looking at?
Is it up? Is it up?
Oh, it's up. It is up.
I mean, I think a lot of people in this have probably seen it, but has anyone not seen the Air is Clear yet? Chat? Anybody? It's sick. It's just everything you want it to be.
Everything you want it to be. And right in front of us. I think it looks cooler in your hand than it does on the screen, honestly.
Yeah, you can't really fully appreciate it through the camera. I got to turn the lights off in here 1 sec.
I think you got to take a dab out of that, Sam. I think you're a dab behind me. I think I'm 2 deep and you're 1 deep. I'm in that 2 deep crew. Isn't that Greg Olson? No.
Where's Ben?
He's shaking his head.
Is he getting on?
I don't know.
I'm going to take a dab.
He's only getting on if he gets me a Q-tip to clean the rig. Let me get a Q-tip and you can hop on as a guest.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Check it out. Look at that. Bam. Purple looks sick. What's up? What's up?
What's going on?
Who are you?
I am. I am BG, #1 smoker.
Guys, this is the first person I ever smoked weed with in my life.
That's true. That's facts.
That's a fact. 7th grade.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
Smoking a J.
Yeah.
I didn't get high. I don't think either of us got high.
No, I think we smoked the J, and then we both thought we were supposed to be high. So I think we kind of tried to act like we were high for a few minutes, and then we were like, "Do you really feel it?" Didn't really know how to inhale back then, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't know what we did right or wrong. We got we've gotten high a lot together though.
Yeah.
A lot of early first time highs.
Yeah.
Ben used to always have like new bongs, and he would like always like have them clean with like ice, and like it was always like an experience going to Ben's house with the bongs.
Yep.
What was the like the Hurricane? Who made that? Was that Illadelph?
No, I had a Hurricane, which was like actually
that was the brand?
Like a Hurricane brand, and it would like the smoke would go in like a twister.
Remember that thing?
Yeah, I remember that thing.
I think it was sick.
It was amazing. R.I.P. to the Hurricane. That was one of the many casualties.
That thing ripped, bro. That thing used to get us so high.
Who on the live stream has ever had a parent break any of their glass?
I had my dad threw out a Roar hookah because he thought it was in a bag. You know, we had it for 15 years in my group of friends, and about a year and a half ago,
a hookah,
a Roar hookah. It was a 3-pronged Roar hookah.
You bought a hookah?
Me and 3 of my friends split the cost, like in high school.
Smoking some sheesh?
No, it was a weed hookah that Roar made.
What was the head shop that we used to go to in New York, Ben?
NY Gifts was the one I went to.
NY Gifts.
And what was the other one? What the hell was the other one? John. There was Alex and Johnny, the 2 OGs in New York.
Yeah, Alex was my guy.
Let me load this up for you.
Yeah. What do we got? What are we smoking on? What flavors?
Shout out to our guests. They were amazing. First of all, Sam, I think you should.
Do we have more guests?
We have one more guest who is leaving a comedy show potentially.
So maybe.
But I'm gonna load this guy up a fat dab. Please don't break that Saber. We have no more tips.
Do you think I'm gonna break it? What do you think? This is my first rodeo.
What are you dabbing on over there?
On the script. We're dabbing on some 710 Labs.
Let's jump to Air's Clear is amazing, guys. You guys don't sleep on Air's Clear.
You think it's going to come out this year?
Yes, definitely. Soon, like super soon.
Wow, going deep with that Saber, bro.
Next month.
Big technique there. Really getting inside the IntelliCore with the Saber.
Ben took a dab off the Saber last night. All right, let's
Thanks for the cameo.
Let's keep it rolling here. What's up next, Don? We got the Carta Sport. Carta Sport, guys. Any questions on the sport? You guys saw this on the last stream. The sport is the rebirth of the Carta OG in a new form, a new shape.
Is
with
it?
all the new tech, with all the latest that you know and love about Carta 2.
Would you say it's more like the Carta 2 than the OG, though?
Of course.
So, you know. How's that?
That was strong.
Strong hash.
The Carta Sport is sick. Like, look at that thing.
Is it on the screen? It's not on my screen yet.
You gotta like scroll to the front of the live.
I'm reloading. It's on the screen. I got the screen. So, like, why sport? Are you supposed to like play sports while you with this thing?
Yeah, sport. Sure. Yeah, you can play sports.
Or is it like is it like a
sport.
utility?
Absolutely. Yeah.
There's like a utility truck kind of like more blue collar, like for the common person who doesn't really need the LED screen and just wants to get high and at a click of a few buttons.
It's utilitarian. It's definitely like you could see the added grip on there. Makes it sporty.
Let me ask you a question about the sport, and I'm not sure you're allowed to answer it.
Mm.
Are you going to be able to control your 3 temperatures through the app? And what range, like if I wanted to go 415 on the sport, can I?
Full Bluetooth, full app. Everything you can do with the Aris. Everything you could do with the Carta 2.
So you can
dial in your temp to any temp that you want. Dial in your time. You can do LED presets.
Interesting. And does the IntelliCore Max compatible? Is the IntelliCore Max compatible with the sport?
Yep. 3-way Addy compati. Aris, Carta Sport, Carta 2. All the way, baby.
And we get a nose dab. No. I've done one nose dab. It's not going to happen today. Alex from Hashtag.
No, Snickle Fritz. No, not only presets. Any temp. You guys can connect it to the app, and you can change your presets too. It's not only there are presets, and it does come with our stock 5 presets, and it's similar user interface to the Aris. So with the Aris, you have your V button. You hit it once to cycle through your presets. It's the same for sport. And then in the app, you can connect and you can change your presets to whatever you want them to be. And it'll save those. And those will always be your presets.
Well, I'm stoked to create some content on the sport and maybe hit it while playing sports. Maybe get out on the golf course with it. Do some cool transitions.
Let's keep it rolling. What's next?
I think you need to do a dab, I think.
Tracer's up. Who wants to take a guess at what Tracer is? If you get it right. Anybody? Tracer is awesome. I mean, Tracer is just the continuation, of our family of products, and we don't want to share too many details yet. But I can tell you that it's totally different form factor from anything that we have out. It is a concentrate device. I will tell you that. Give you that hint right now. But if you have a Carta or you have an Aris, you're not going to be like, oh shit, I wish I had, you would want to add Tracer to your lineup. It's not going to, be something that really overlaps.
Well, the Tracer is going to be a Flashback Friday for people when they see it. I don't know if Sam's muted or I'm behind. I'm watching 2 screens, but I think our next guest is ready to hop on. He's coming in. He's ready. You're going to see it.
Can he join though? I don't know if someone can join if they weren't they're not here, Barry. He needs the link.
He has the link.
He needs to click the link then.
He is clicking the link.
Give him a couple minutes, see if I can figure it out.
Who is it? I'm going to introduce him. Hopefully he clicks the link. The Curator Co. Mark. Tony, we got this. The Curator Co. Mark at thecuratorco.me, aka Mark. Mark is the man, the artist behind the Dab Man.
The Dab Man.
The Dab Man's like a hangman made out of rosin, but that takes on different forms. very creative work that's been featured in magazines like Leaf and I think High Times. Getting a lot of traction lately, and he might be one of the most diehard Focus V advocates I've ever met. He loves the device, and he captures the hash scene in Maine. And hopefully, he's about to hop in. Sam, what do you think of the Dab Man content?
I love the Dab Man. It's like I love the Ass Man. Seinfeld.
I don't know that one. What Seinfeld episode is that? While we wait for Mark, let's get off the cuff here.
Kramer goes to the DMV and they give him the license plate. The Ass Man.
The Ass Man. The Ass Man.
Well, according to the state of New York, you are the Ass Man. I like them both. I mean, I think like I like them. I wouldn't say I necessarily would want to pick one over the other because it's like a mood. It's like a mood thing. Depends what mood you're in. The function on them is both point, and they're both like a nice size where they like still fit in the bag. They're not too bulky. Also, like kind of just depends on what style art you like.
Some people like to see their
smoke. Has a lot of millies.
Some people like the headies. Some people like to see their smoke and want the function. Depends what vibe you're going for. They both have their place. I think they're different and unique, which would made them a good back-to-back drop. Which shout out to Bobby for all that. So, I think the Blitzkrieg one's going to be really cool just because it's so different. And there he is. Speaking of the Dab Man, here's the
and the Flash. What's up, man?
I'm working on this too, trying to make this work the easiest.
It's cool.
You're on deck right now.
Coming right out of the comedy show onto the
straight to the live stream.
Yeah, I was just watching Big J Okerson here in Portland.
How were the jokes?
It was good. It was good stuff. Like lots of crowd work, super funny. He's on like a bunch of good podcasts I listen to right now, so it was a good show. But,
what do you got going on? You got the Eris on you or the Carta?
Well, I have actually. It's funny you ask. I have both. I always keep the like the Carta with the Max in the door for like the real hits, or if I want like a big diesel one, and then I keep the Eris on me all like pretty much 24/7 in case I just need to take a hit wherever I am, which is the case right now. I literally have to load up on. I have some super nice hash from Michigan I got from the Big Taters, like super awesome team. They came up for the Culture Cup and dropped me like a super, super nice jar of actually, she didn't even tell me what it is, to be honest with you, but it smells great.
Yeah, those guys are doing great work. We wanted to help out their dab station, but I think he had some devices. And you're out there in Maine, and what you were saying is probably the epicenter of high class, first class rosin and hash on the East Coast. So you've been working with some great hash makers there, and you smoke a lot of hash, right? How many dabs a day?
Yeah. That's the thing is geographically, I'm like one of the luckiest people in the industry because Maine is like easily one of the best hash producers in the country and some of the best flower producers in the country. It's because our med program's like almost as old as California's, but it was a lot quieter, so it just like built out really small, and it's a like kind of a Democrat and liberal run state, so the program was really, really liberal for the beginning of it, which allowed for lots of licensing. So it's a huge craft market.
Is it all indoor?
So there's a majority of it actually. It's funny. We have a good outdoor season, but it's a lot more obviously temperamental than California. You guys have a longer season than us. You guys have way more sun. It's a better climate there, but we can push out, especially if you have early flower stuff. you can push out a pretty decent crop here. And plus, a lot of people run hoops and stuff and manipulate sun to be able to push their seasons out and have like light assisted hoops. But I would say like there's a transition happening to like living soil where people are getting more into hoop stuff and light assisted hoops. So it's building out here. But for a long time, I think a majority of like the craft market was indoor, but that's like slowly shifting now because of obviously, just the shift to the living soil stuff.
Yeah, what are you dabbing on there? The Helios or something else?
So this is the I was gonna grab Helios from Stav. I didn't have time. Helios was Stav was down to give me whatever hash, and he is for the future. If you guys ever need any hash, I know he is cool with Carta and wants to link with you guys. So he'd be more than willing to do something with you guys in the future.
What do you got there?
This is the baked tater stuff. This is she didn't tell me what she gave me. It was a surprise. She gave it to me in return for having shot a bunch of her hash when I went to Michigan last time, which their market actually is. Yeah, she just came for the Culture Cup, so she gave a bucket to a friend of mine. I was at a wedding, so I didn't get to meet with her myself to be able to talk to her about the hash like I normally would. And the kid that picked up the hash isn't really a hash person, so he didn't even know what he had in his hands. He didn't know the gold he had, which now I'm enjoying immensely and have been for the last 2 days.
Yeah, well, let's see. He is taking a rip. There we go. Get the Paris in there.
I see a red ring.
Is
You
that
got an extra battery on you?
I actually do not have an extra battery on me, but it's only dead because I literally smoke out of it nonstop. But it's not a problem because I told you guys I keep
Carta.
I keep the Carta on deck all the time.
You could even pop out that atomizer if there's still a dab in there that you didn't get to finish.
Exactly.
Put
I
it
can
in the
swap
Carta.
it. And listen, we already know that you have to waste it to taste it. Whatever terps are in there, they're gone for a good reason.
Looks like you still got a hit.
No, I did. I got a pretty good hit, but I am going to immediately load up the Carta because I am with my fiance. She likes hash just as much as I do, and it would be selfish of me to take this hit in front of you guys and not allow her to relax as well.
Let her pop on for a hit if you want, if she's not camera shy.
Do you want to bear? You've never met her. You want to meet her real quick? Is that professional?
There's only
Let's meet her, of course. Yes.
Let's pop the fam on.
What's up, fiance?
Nice to meet you all.
You're a family man, so let's see the fam. You know.
So yeah, obviously my daughter's not with me because we were at a comedy show. We're going to pick her up now, but yeah, she's the reason why I'm able to do all this crazy hash stuff I do. She's been super supportive the whole time of letting me travel and kind of just have crazy hours nonstop because I work with cultivators and hash makers. That it's all you guys know how it is working in this industry.
I think as you load that up, let's go into your personal journey a little bit. You're newer to this than a lot of your peers and very advanced for how long you've been doing this. So why don't you tell us when you started and how it's evolved?
Yeah, I'd love to break it down for you a bit. Yeah, so I started really taking it seriously just about 5 years ago. It was honestly around the time of the the beginning, well, I guess 4.5-ish, something like that. But around the time the pandemic started, I had really started taking photography a little bit more seriously. I was working full-time as a chef at that time. I didn't have enough free time to really get into it. But as soon as COVID kind of locked everything down, I was able to get into my studio and put my head down and do a lot of learning about macro photography and macro stacking, which I'm like a real obsessive learner. So I literally spent like a lot of time reading and learning and watching videos on how to stack stuff up. And over time, essentially it like naturally built out to where I was shooting menu photos for a few people locally, and then more people needed menu photos and more people needed menu photos. And then I ended up having enough work to have time and enough material around to be creative in my studio, and naturally just decided I'm shooting nonstop. I want to do some fun stuff for me. So I made the first Dab Man just basically out of needing a break from my monotonous shoot schedule.
Yeah, the Dab Man's really
was born.
Set you apart, and I want to see the Dab Man.
What tools do you use? Do you have your favorite tool set that you use? Has it evolved?
So I use a lot of stuff from my buddy Avi from Apex Ancillary in New York. He sent me a toolkit early in my career. It was when I was really green, and he was like, "Hey, do you want?" I'd never met him. Do you want to work trade to shoot these tools? He sent me a bunch of stuff.
Avi's good. He knows how to get them in the right places. He's always grinding.
Yes, Avi is my boy. I love him very much. Big love to him. So I basically kind of stuck with a lot of his stuff, and really it's more about working the material and understanding hash. I've been in a lot of hash labs. I've talked to a lot of hash makers. I'm obsessed with hash myself. So it's just really understanding how to get the material to like move the way you want. Sometimes it's me having like, to kind of cure it longer and dehydrate it myself over time with just like my own SOPs and methods, or slowing it down by bringing it to the freezer and back, but never letting it get so cold that it actually freezes. Because then when you bring it to room air, it condensates and then you can't fix it.
And you could snap it. And
Yeah,
you gotta let it like sit.
essentially it's like this perfect balance between running it back and forth to like the cold to allow it to slow down the resin just enough, but not let it get so cold that it will actually start sweating. Because if it starts condensating, you're going to see it in the macros and it's going to look like shit. The surface is never going to look natural. It's like a really fine, delicate line.
And then you don't have a lot of time to snap the pick before it starts
It's like,
moving.
yeah, it's fast. So I don't have my freezer. I shoot in my basement and I'll run an AC so I keep it relatively cold, but I'm not running like a cool bot and I don't have it like freezer cold by any means. I have dehues running, I have a AC on, but I'll run it downstairs as fast as I can, like a maniac, like set it up as quickly as I can. And I still stack everything. I never really take single frames. So it's still like, 8 to 10 photos, even for that dab man. So I'm sitting there like biting my nails. Like, I hope this thing doesn't like drop off, or his arm doesn't droop a little during the stacking, or, and you never know what it's going to look like until you're done, because the hash does a lot of deciding like what his posture is going to be like. Like I try my best to posture it, but then the hash kind of like slumps or finishes, and it will
Which is
be
kind
like,
of cool. It's like kind of part of the art. Like, where does the dab man go?
exactly. Like the cowboy, for example, when I did the cowboy one with that hash cowboy hat, that one, that he was sitting straight up, but the position he fell in is fucking hilarious. Excuse me. It was it made me laugh so hard when it stacked up. So it's like that pretty much every time when I pump one out. Like, they'll come out and I'll just like kind of lose it. Here, would you?
Do you dab the dab man after you finish?
So yeah, probably like 99% of the dab men I do dab, unless this is like a huge trade secret that I'm gonna drop right now. But for like certain dab men, if they're in like, if he's in standing position, I'll give him a wire frame so that he can actually like be in an upright position without slouching too much. And if I have it on a wire frame for a while, I don't smoke it because I just grosses me out.
Mark, let's ask you a couple Focus V questions while you load up that clear for yourself or your fiance. Which product do you use more, Eris or clear or the Carta?
So right now I've been using the Carta 2 more, and that's only because I have my max on that all the time, and I like to take big fat dabs, and it's been allowing me to do that. But I know that I'll be getting a max for my Eris soon, and as soon as I have that, honestly, it's we do a lot of hiking, we do a lot of traveling, so the Eris is pretty much always with us. But honestly, this became a car unit when the max came out, because once I hit it, I was like, no, I just have to hit this thing all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the Carta 2 fits in a cup holder. It works.
It actually fits perfectly. It's pretty discreet, honestly. So I like them both, but I like the Eris a lot when we're hiking, because obviously I don't want to be at the top of a mountain with like, this glowing and like with like, all the bubbling. It's a lot more discreet for when we're in places where we might run into people while we're
You don't even
smoking.
need a bag with the Eris. You can just pop it in your pocket.
Yep, exactly. It has a great hand feel. I love the Eris. I really
How
do.
many dabs on your Carta 2 are you into?
This is the one I didn't get that long ago. One's at 402.
402 in like a month, huh?
Yeah, something like that. And that's with, I have, obviously I have the Eris and I have another Carta 2 that I swap back and forth between, basically.
Nice. Well,
we keep them in rotation.
We appreciate you joining us. We're stoked to do more dab men and more videos and get creative and capture the main scene. You're at events all the time repping us, so we appreciate that.
Of course.
And we know you vouch for it to a lot of people, and that means a lot to us. So enjoy that rip. Sam, anything you want to say?
Dab man.
I just want to say I wouldn't I wouldn't say all the things I say about the Carta if I didn't mean them. Obviously, like I never get paid to say anything about any device or really any hash. I say good things about things I like, and I'm a hash smoker. I smoke hash all day, every day. And the Carta 2 is a game changer when I got it, and literally rips so hard and has made my dabbing life so much easier for when I'm, especially like like I said, we travel a lot. I work a lot. I'm on the road a lot, so I can't rip my rig out and like just, and it just can't happen all the time. And the Carta 2 has filled that gap, and especially since you guys dropped the Max, it's filled the gap significantly.
Well,
appreciate
dude,
it.
thank you, man. Appreciate that. It's nice talking to you because I feel your like enthusiasm.
Yes,
Appreciate it, bro.
Gotta be real.
All right, thank you. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. And yeah, anytime I'm happy to work. You guys know that.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
Later, guys.
I think we mostly covered the new products, and we're pushing close to 2 hours here. Do you want to talk? Do you want to head into the Q&A, Sam, or do you want to talk? I know we want to welcome the investors and talk about market growth and all that. So, your call.
Yeah, we can definitely do some Q&A. Anyone who's in the chat.
Someone asked if the Max comes on the owner's edition, which I don't think is the case.
It's not a Max. You can obviously like use it with the Max, but no, it's not a Max. It's a standard IntelliCore.
Someone asked if beta members get to test the tracer.
We haven't talked about that, but I could definitely be open to that. I think that probably makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah. You can say, yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah. We got to give the Discord people some love.
It's a good product for the to run the beta with. Yeah, we'll do that.
Someone asked if the tracer is an email type deal.
Not an email, no. We have looked at not doing an email, but something with more power, battery wise, and more desktop. That is part of our roadmap that we just haven't gotten to telling you guys about yet. But no, it's kind of the other way. It's like the other direction.
Then you got, will we see an Ultra Max atomizer, which I haven't heard that one. I don't know what that is.
I actually just saw one today.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you can guess at what that means.
I mean, interesting. What about a different color Max atomizer jackets?
Those are coming.
Different colors.
In the works.
Maybe some more Glass Artist collabs. I'll take this one. We have Blitzkriega dropping maybe next week.
Probably 2 weeks.
Yes. We've talked to a lot of Glass Artists, community that we support and want to do more with. We wouldn't be where we are without the Glass Artists who made the rigs, who started this culture around hash. Rosin wouldn't exist if it weren't for the devices that let people smoke it. So shout out to all the glass blowers that really pioneered hash smoking themselves by making these pieces, because most of them are OGs. Definitely more glass artist things and maybe a competition down the line. I don't know.
We've done a few. We'll do more.
Different shape Saber tips.
We've experimented with that a little bit. Wasn't happy with how it was working, but it's not shelved completely. A lot of people have requested a longer tip, which I think is an easy one. That would be definitely useful.
Will there be a lower tier of more affordable glass tops? Yeah, we hear you. We'll come out with something that's unique, but an alternative. We talked about percolator stuff. That would be probably more higher end. We've done some some R&D on some tops. So we have dropped a lot of dry tops in the past with Zach Harrison, and those were definitely lower tiered, I think. So what about
longer battery for Harris? It looks like something else. A nunchuck is one object that it looks like. Yeah, the XL. We've gotten a bunch of requests for that. My thing is like just get multiple batteries. Like, I think it's better than an XL because like you like the XL is not going to feel great in your pocket, but maybe. Guess not ruling it out completely. You guys really, really want it.
Looking at the chat, I think we got through most of the questions. I have a question. Why Start Engine for those that missed the last stream? Why are we doing this?
Start Engine's a way that we can raise capital, and it's a way that we can do it like through our fans and community and give them an opportunity to own some of what we're building. It's I think it's the future of how companies are going to raise money, especially startups and brands, because like people that know the company the best are the ones that use our products and the ones that have watched like the evolution of our team and like our product line and what we do. So you guys know us, the best, and that's like it's good to invest in things that it's like some sage advice, but I'm not giving you investment advice. And
that is not investment advice for all you out there.
And really, we are a startup, and like you guys, should know that like there's risk and reward, and like startups are generally more on the risky side, especially in like cannabis. So just definitely don't want you to invest if it's not something you can afford.
But we want you to tell people that can afford it that it might be a good investment if you believe in our products. Spread the word. Let your homies know. Let your friends and family know. We want people who believe in our products on board for the future. Isn't that what it's all about?
It is. And it's about like really like getting you guys more involved. Like the ones that like are already involved, it's getting you more involved.
People are talking about dab mats and hats and all this fun stuff. I mean, we've talked about dropping merch.
Rewards Club is coming. And it's like really soon coming. It's coming this year. And, aside from doing drops on our site, which we will do, rewards are going to be another way that you can get Focus V gear by just using our products.
It says we have to each take another dab before we wrap, which would be my third. And I guess I got to follow the script, right?
Yeah.
No. I'm already pretty faded here. I actually took a tolerance break lately.
Tolerance break. So it's time to break it. 1 gram nose dab, bro. That's what
I'll do a nose dab on the next live stream if Sam lets me on the next live stream. Hopefully the next one will get some Instagram action going. Will you be able to purchase products through the rewards? I have no idea, but I know this. I know I'm about to dab smarter with Focus V. Why don't you do a rip off the Eris? Is that what you're about to do?
It's heating up.
I want the shops around me to have your products. We'll tell them to carry our products. Tell them to hit us up.
Go inside. Show them our Instagram. Yeah, tell them what's up.
We got a lot of exciting things coming the rest of the year. Start Engine goes for what, 2.5 more months?
That's right.
Dab smarter, invest smarter. FocusVinvestors.com. Shout out to Benjamin. We appreciate the enthusiasm, keeping it real all throughout the sesh.
Yeah, thank you all of you guys that are still hanging with us. Appreciate you guys.
Alex, be on the next one. Maybe we'll figure out how to do the old Instagrammy. Shout out to Don and Tony,
and Dylan
for making this happen and getting our levels up. We got some nice production. Oh, we will be at Product Earth UK. Andreas will be there. I want to say our booth is with Head Stash, but I feel like it might not be.
No, that's right. Head Stash.
And
then we'll also be at Bilbao Spanibus.
We're also sponsoring the Product Earth
Bank of England
party. So if you're there,
after party, yeah, miss the Terps definitely.
And thanks for doing this for almost 2 hours. This was a marathon and a pleasure.
Might be one of our longest streams.
I could keep going, but I'm pretty hungry and I have a dinner reservation. So until next time, that's doing it live with Focus V.
We'll see you on the next one.
Maybe you'll see the Tracer on the next one.
Later, guys.
Peace.